Hey guys, what's up? It's 8-Bit Eric. Today we are going to review Sonic Mania on the Nintendo Switch. Sonic is back. Now, there's been countless Sonic the Hedgehog games over the past years, and Sega has repeatedly tried to reinvent Sonic the Hedgehog, and some were really good, and some not so much. Sonic 06, I'm looking at you. Now, with Sonic Mania, tried and true classic 16-bit style 2D platform in Sonic the Hedgehog is back, baby, and I am excited, along with tons of other people. So let's go ahead and take a look at Sonic Mania and see if it's worth buying. Sonic Mania has been billed as a return to the original form for the series. It brings the series back to what basically made it so popular in the first place. In 1991, when Sonic the Hedgehog came out, people were like, oh shit, Sega finally has something that compete against Super Mario, and it took off. I remember Sonic the Hedgehog was everywhere. Cartoons, toys, little LCD games, comic books. Everybody was just talking about Sonic the Hedgehog at one point, and he was the shit. Sonic Mania brings back that old school styled Sonic gameplay and design. As a matter of fact, if you weren't holding a PS4, Xbox, or Nintendo Switch controller in your hand, you would think initially that you were playing a Sega Genesis game. That's how classic and true it is to the original game. Sonic Mania opens as Dr. Eggman once again steals a collection of powerful Chaos Emeralds. It's up to Sonic and friends to save the day again. Yes, it's basically the same tried and true story of Sonic the Hedgehog, but if it's not broken, why fix it? I mean, when they tried to complicate all the other Sonic games, that's when things kind of got a little messy. Let's go back to the basics, shall we? If you played any of the Genesis Sonic the Hedgehog titles, Sonic Mania is going to look and feel familiar. You run, jump, spin dash, fly, and glide through 12 zones. You'll see classic zones from the Genesis era like Chemical Plant, Green Hill Zone, Stardust Speedway, and you also get quite a few good brand new levels alongside these that just have a lot of gameplay mechanics that build upon the original mechanics of Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic Mania offers some of the best level design in the series history. The stages are bigger, more elaborate, and have tons of multiple paths for you to take, which increases the enjoyment and replayability of all of them. Seriously, some of these stages are just so colorful, vibrant, charming, beautiful. There's some stages that have mechanics that you've never seen in a Sonic game before, such as one that is a TV studio thing, and you actually teleport through airwaves throughout the stage. That's so creative. And then Green Hill Zone was a nice callback, and you know, initially it plays exactly like the original game, and then you see a lot of mechanics from Sonic 2 thrown in there and other stuff that you're able to do in the stage, and it's kind of surreal when you first play it. It feels like you're playing a fan-made game, which is technically true because Chris Whitehead, who actually developed this game, was a fan that actually made a port of Sonic CD over to PC. So this game was developed with tender love and care by Sonic fans for Sonic fans. This is actually one of the most fan service games I've ever seen in my life. If you were an original Sonic the Hedgehog fan, you're going to enjoy Sonic Mania to the T. Now, it plays exactly like classic Sonic the Hedgehog. The controls are the same. You can do the down spin, you can spin dash, and you know, 2 buttons to jump, and you run. But Sonic has a new ability now. It's a drop dash, where if you jump, you can immediately do a dash if you push the jump button. Now, I didn't find this ability really, I didn't find this new ability to create much of a difference in the gameplay. In fact, honestly, I didn't use it that much. I just relied on the tried and true methods, but it's cool that they added a new thing to the game, and in fact, I could see it working on one of the other modes that's in here, Time Attack. Yes, Sega brought back Time Attack in competitive mode from the other previous games, so when you're done with the single player campaign, you can go ahead and enjoy these other modes. Now, just like in the original, you need to collect and conquer all the Chaos Emeralds in order to see the true ending of this game, and in order to do that, you have to find the hidden bonus levels, which are scattered throughout the levels. It's a 3D view that reminds me a lot of the old school Sonic and Knuckle bonus stages, which are also in this game where you collect the blue spears and all that, but the Chaos Emerald special stages are actually a little bit different. You chase after a UFO, you gotta collect coins and blue and yellow dots in order to gain Mach speed and reach the UFO within a certain amount of time. Sonic the Hedgehog has always been renowned for its original soundtrack. Some of the titles are some of the most classic video game titles of all time, and Sonic Mania brings back a lot of the original arrangements with slight remixes, and at times, you know, you'll be remembering these like it was the 90s all over again, and that nostalgia will just hit you heavily as you're zipping through the stages. And the new stages even have some great music at all. It's real poppy, real Michael Jackson-y sounding. It totally screams 1990s attitude. It's perfect. Now, the boss battles are actually pretty neat, even though some of them are pretty easy. You will see a lot of nods to previous Sonic the Hedgehog games in the boss battles. My favorite, and I know this is a little bit of a spoiler, has to be one where you actually enter Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, or Puyo Puyo, whichever one that is to you. It's pretty creative. I was not expecting that. It came out of left field. You also see throwbacks from Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic CD. One battle that actually comes to mind is the Metal Sonic battle, where you run around in a chase sequence just like in Sonic CD, and then you fight him in little 8-bit blue Sonics, I guess. And it's a pretty nice little throwback to a lot of these nods. There's even a little bit of Knuckles Chaotix from what I remember thrown in there and stuff like that. So if you're a true Sonic the Hedgehog fan, you will see a lot of Easter eggs thrown in to the stages and boss battles. Now, you do have the ability to play campaign mode with Sonic and Tails at the same time. Tails by himself, Knuckles by himself, and Sonic by himself. So there's a variety of different ways to play the game. Of course, with Knuckles, you're able to glide and climb, and there's different levels that are actually arranged for his abilities. So there is some replayability in being able to see the differences in the layout and design with Knuckles and Sonic, or even Tails. You could play Tails alone, but who would really want to do that? But, you know, Tails flies, which is actually kind of cool. But yeah, lots of options to be able to do for single player. On the Switch, Sonic Mania works like a charm, docked and undocked. I didn't see too many drops in frame rates. It's 60 frames per second. In some of the 3D bonus stages, I did see a little bit of slowdown, but nothing game-breaking. The game is colorful. It's amazing to look at. It's perfect. This is actually an amazing recreation of what brought the series to its popular roots, and it doesn't stray too far from it. The developer, Christian Whitehead, actually took a lot into making this a great game for everybody to enjoy. With that said, overall, Sonic Mania is an amazing throwback to the series, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10. Definitely a game that is recommended by me. Disappointingly, it's only in digital form right now. The collector's edition did have some cool stuff, but it didn't warrant the price for me. Digital only, it's only about 20 bucks. It's not too bad for a digital title. I wish it would have been physically, but I'm not going to dock the game for that. 9 out of 10. Highly recommended. And that's it for the review, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.